YouTube, how's it going? It's Carl Trustov here, tarot reader, psychic medium, 14, 15 years. So I am gearing up for the day, which is good. I've got three therapy sessions today, which is wonderful. What do I want to say? I made a video, a Facebook Live, about gender dysphoria, trans ideology, body dysmorphia, because I've experienced those things myself. I've done also, a lot of time researching and looking at people's, expertise, their opinions. What's the objective truth on the matter? I do think that it's important to talk about these things because I think that, I have a daughter. That's a very complicated situation, itself, which is still unfolding. Trust God, still working. Don't bypass, but once again, I think that it is working. However, back to this other space. I think that there are children and young people that are growing into a world where we should be looking after them and taking care of them and making sure that we're doing right by them, not having structures and institutions um, like medical professionals that are meant to be in a position of authority and power that are enabling and facilitating um, uh, medical medical mutilation, castration. Some very heavy words, but these processes that are irreversible and very damaging and harmful and detrimental to one's growth. You it is inherently impossible to change the essence of your gender. It is not fucking possible. You can't do it. We are selling a lie to vulnerable people actually who may have some complex issues based on trauma, pain, family, how they view their gender within society. They don't feel at home in their body. Their mind is disconnected from the physical form. That should be treated with love and compassion and kindness. Listen, I do not think that, right, people shouldn't be free to express themselves. Do it. Listen, I've got tattoos. I've got piercings. People would sit there and say, well, Kyle, what's the fucking difference between that and somebody who is, transitioning? I've had to ask myself that because I don't want to be a fucking hypocrite, right? Very important. How I perceive this is an extension of my self expression. I'm adding to myself. I'm not taking things away. I'm not cutting things off. It's like putting jewelry on or even clothes on. But I'm not cutting away at something that is inherently within me. I'm not taking my ears off. Yeah, I'm decorating them, but I'm not cutting them off. It's different. And I'm not trying to change inherently who I am. The essence of me, of Kyle, of my masculinity, of my manhood. I'm not trying to destroy my face or destroy my nose or, whatever it is. So I've had to ask myself those questions, which, some people are going to disagree with. I don't care. That's the truth is the truth. So I don't have to justify it or defend it. But back to gender dysphoria. As being somebody who's experienced that and knows what that feels like and what it looks like, there's if something is taking away from your ability to be the fullest expression of yourself, that's harmful. Which, if we're blocking people's puberty, if we are then taking away their reproductive organs so that they can no longer access that piece of part of themselves, that is dangerous. Especially if you're not at an age to make an informed decision or an informed choice, and you have people who are meant to support you who are not giving you all of the information so you can make an informed, consented decision. That's not okay. We need to be able to get to a certain point within our life where
okay, we've had enough weight of experience. And once again, express yourself. Listen, if you want to put on certain clothes, if you want to paint your nails, if you want to do whatever it is you want to do to express yourself, wonderful, right? But the objective truth is you cannot change your gender. You can't do it. It's impossible. You're trying to change something that is so inherently down in your biology, in your bones. You can't do it. Science cannot do it. And they're telling you that they can. And then they're creating these. I mean, they're really mutilating people under the name of science and under the name of medicine and healthcare. That is, it's barbaric. It's barbaric. It's disgusting. It is really quite. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So yeah, I would say, to those people, what is going on? Okay, yes, there's a disconnect between the mind and the body. Often because of trauma, often because of pain, people run away from these spaces. They run away from their base foundation root. Now, the root chakra is all about, material, physical, earthly plane. There's objective reality. That's that. That's that. It's the realm of boundaries. People are disconnected from that space. So they might feel something, they might think something, but they're disconnected from baseline reality foundation, which is why it's difficult to talk to those people because they're not in the realm of objective reality because they're running away or escaping from themselves. So what they need is for somebody to bring them to a grounded, rooted space of feeling comfortable and safe and at home in their body, so they can deal with the things that are sitting there and then finally get comfortable with who they are. So that's that. If you want to work with me, you can. I said this on my Facebook. I'm very to the point. I've been through a lot of different things. I've worked with a lot of different people within my life in lots of different ways. Obviously in the psychic modalities with people that have lost people, and in the therapy space of people coming to me to talk about their issues and using the intuitive psychic faculties to help them understand what's going on. Um, so yeah, carlchaselove.com. If you want to give for these videos, you can PayPal at carlchaselove. I hope listen. I make these videos so that people. I try to be authentic. I try to be real. I try to talk about topics that are out there in the mainstream, within collective consciousness as we move forward and evolve. Because I think that that's all part of purpose and service too. Am very aware that uh, I don't get many views on my own personal channel. I went viral on an influencer's channel of people watching, but I'm at very early days with people consuming this content. I don't care because I think it's part of the purpose and the service to put it out there and talk about it. And if it helps one person, wonderful, great. But I think the conversations are important. So that's it. Like I would always say, remember, all is good, all is God, all is love. Until we connect again soon in a bit.